Imagine if the forgotten items around your house could quietly transform your home into a peaceful Romanian countryside homestay, where grapevines climb old wood, flowers bloom beside handmade paths, and every corner feels like a memory from the past. Imagine doing all of this with materials you already own. Welcome to Backyard Fortune, a place where simple gardens tell timeless stories. Here, we believe beauty does not come from expensive decor, but from patience, memory, and creativity. If you love calm countryside gardens, rustic ideas, and peaceful outdoor spaces, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video with your friends on WhatsApp, Viber, and Facebook. Let more people discover how simple materials can bring warmth and joy. To everyone who shares and watches this video, I wish you a long, healthy, and peaceful life. One rustic window box with wildflowers and herbs. Imagine walking past a quiet farmhouse in the Romanian countryside where the windows themselves feel alive. Beneath each frame, small wooden boxes cradle flowers and herbs growing side by side as if they have always belonged there. The scent of lavender drifts gently into the air while parsley and mint rest in the same soil where roses quietly bloom. Nothing feels planned or forced. The wood is imperfect. The paint is softened by time, and the plants grow freely following their own rhythm. These window boxes do more than decorate a wall. They soften the house. They welcome light. They carry memories of kitchens where herbs were picked by hand and mornings began slowly. There is a calm honesty in this small detail. A reminder that beauty does not need to shout. It only needs a place to live. As the sun moves across the wall, shadows dance between leaves and petals, turning a simple window into a living frame. It feels familiar even if you have never been here before, like a memory borrowed from another time. And as we step away from the window, we move toward the next quiet corner of the garden, where another forgotten space is waiting to tell its story. Two, balcony vineyard with hanging lavender and grapevine. Imagine stepping onto a small balcony where grapevines slowly climb the rails as if they are reaching for the sky. Lavender hangs softly from above, filling the air with a calm, familiar scent. This space feels quiet yet alive. A small vineyard suspended between home and nature. The vines grow patiently, wrapping themselves around wood shaped by time. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is crowded. Each leaf catches the light differently, creating gentle patterns of shadow and warmth. Lavender sways lightly with the breeze while grape leaves stretch outward, forming a natural curtain. The balcony no longer feels like an edge of the house. It becomes a place to pause. A place to breathe. This kind of garden does not need land or distance. It only needs intention. A belief that even the smallest space can carry the spirit of the countryside. There is something deeply comforting about watching vines grow slowly day by day. They remind us that beauty arrives quietly, without asking for attention. As we leave this balcony behind, we move closer to the front of the home, where another simple detail is waiting to bloom, and another forgotten corner begins to awaken. Three, Front terrace vintage jar flower corner. Imagine arriving at a farmhouse where the front terrace welcomes you quietly. Glass jars catch the sunlight and turn simple flowers into small moments of beauty. Nothing feels staged. Nothing feels excessive. These jars once held something ordinary. Now they hold color, scent, and life. Water reflects the sky while petals rest gently against the glass. Each jar becomes a small window into the garden itself. The terrace feels softer here, as if time slows down the moment you step closer. You notice the sound of leaves moving, the warmth of stone beneath your feet, the calm that comes from simple details done with care. This flower corner does not try to impress. It simply exists, and in doing so it creates a feeling of welcome, a reminder that beauty often begins at the entrance. Standing here, you can imagine guests pausing for a moment before entering, breathing in the scent of flowers, letting go of the rush outside. As we move past the terrace, we follow the house along its side, where narrow spaces often go unnoticed, and yet hold the quiet potential for something beautiful. Four, narrow side yard driftwood green wall. Imagine a narrow path beside the house that once felt forgotten. A space people pass through without slowing down. Now it is alive. Driftwood pieces lean gently against the wall, each one shaped by time and weather. Vines climb slowly, finding their way through cracks and curves. Ferns soften the edges. Mint releases its scent as you brush past. This green wall does not compete with the house. It listens to it. It follows the rhythm of stone and wood, turning a tight passage into a quiet experience. Light moves differently here. It filters through leaves. It rests on aged wood. And suddenly the narrowness feels comforting instead of limiting. There is something peaceful about gardens that grow vertically. They remind us that beauty does not need space. It needs patience, and a willingness to see potential where others see constraint. As you walk along this path, your steps slow naturally. Your eyes follow the vines upward. Your thoughts become lighter. And just beyond this hidden corridor, another part of the garden begins to open, waiting quietly to share its story. Five, empty wall washboard memory garden. Imagine an empty wall that once held nothing but silence. Now it carries memories. Old washboards rest against the surface, their lines shaped by hands that once worked patiently. They are no longer tools. They are storytellers. Between the boards, vines begin to climb. Lavender softens the edges. Small herbs grow quietly at the base. The wall feels warmer, as if it remembers the past. This kind of garden does not shout for attention. It invites reflection. It honors what came before while allowing life to grow again. Light moves across the ridges of wood and metal, creating gentle shadows. Each one different, each one familiar. Standing here, you may feel something unexpected. A connection, not just to the house, but to the people who once lived and worked close to the land. Gardens like this remind us that beauty is not always new. Sometimes it is found by looking backward with care. As we leave this wall behind, we continue along the path, where the ground itself begins to guide us forward, toward the next quiet transformation. 6. Garden pathway with stone and thyme. Imagine a garden path that does not hurry you forward. Each stone rests where it feels right. Not in straight lines, but in gentle conversation with the land. Between the stones, thyme slowly spreads, soft underfoot, releasing its scent with every step. The air feels warmer, more alive. This pathway does not separate the garden. It connects it, from door to yard, from memory to moment. The stones carry the quiet weight of time, worn smooth by weather and footsteps. While herbs grow freely, filling every space left behind. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is forced. Walking here feels different. Your pace changes. Your thoughts settle. You begin to notice the sound of leaves, the way light touches the ground. Paths like this are not meant to impress. They are meant to guide, to remind us that the journey through a garden can be as meaningful as the destination. And as the stones lead us onward, we arrive at the next boundary, where vertical lines and simple materials begin to shape another peaceful idea. Seven. Fence pocket garden with colorful cans. Imagine a fence that no longer feels like a boundary, but a canvas. Simple cans once discarded now hold soil and life. Painted softly, worn by time, they line the fence like quiet notes in a song. Marigolds bring warmth. Herbs spill gently over the edges. Mint and parsley grow close enough to touch. The fence becomes useful, but also joyful. There is something honest about this kind of garden. It does not hide its materials. It celebrates them, turning repetition into rhythm, and color into calm. As the wind moves, the plants sway slightly, each can catching light differently. Together they soften the line between inside and outside. This fence no longer separates spaces. It connects them, inviting hands to reach out, inviting eyes to slow down. Gardens like this remind us that beauty does not always arrive as a grand gesture. Sometimes it comes in small repeated moments, patient, playful, and full of life. As we move past this fence, we step into a more open space, where a small garden waits to reveal its quiet center. Eight. Small garden twig sculpture with marigolds. Imagine a small garden where the center is not a fountain or statue, but a simple sculpture shaped by hands and branches. Twigs gathered from the land are woven together, not to impress, but to belong. They rise gently from the soil, surrounded by marigolds glowing softly in the sun. This sculpture does not stand apart from the garden. It grows with it. Flowers gather at its base. Leaves brush against its form, and time slowly softens every edge. There is something grounding about materials that once lived, branches that felt the wind, that held leaves, that now return as quiet structure. Marigolds bring warmth and protection, their color steady and comforting. They circle the sculpture like a living frame, turning a small space into a place of focus. Standing here, you may feel a sense of balance, a reminder that beauty can be created without taking, only rearranging what already exists. As we step away from this quiet centerpiece, the garden opens slightly, leading us toward a more intimate outdoor corner, where even the smallest patio can become a place of rest. Nine. Tiny patio tire table with lavender pot. Imagine a tiny patio where space feels limited, yet comfort feels complete. A simple table rests at the center, once a tire, now softened by wooden thyme. Lavender blooms gently from the top, filling the air with calm. This small table invites stillness, a place to set a cup, to rest your hands, to pause between moments. The patio does not need much. Stone beneath your feet, greenery around the edges, and a single object that brings balance to the space. Lavender sways lightly, catching the sunlight, its scent mixing with warm air and quiet thoughts. The tire beneath it holds no memory of the road, only of reuse, of care, of transformation. There is something reassuring about furniture that carries a second life. It reminds us that comfort does not come from perfection, but from intention. As we step away from this intimate patio, the garden opens toward the front, where borders begin to define space, and flowers quietly guide the eye forward. Front yard driftwood flower border. Imagine arriving at a home where the front yard gently guides your steps, not with fences or walls, but with a simple line of weathered wood. Driftwood rests quietly along the soil, each piece different, each piece shaped by water and time. Together they form a soft boundary that feels natural rather than built. Flowers rise just behind the wood, roses, lavender, and small wild blooms. Their colors calm, their movement gentle. This border does not divide the garden. It frames it, inviting the eye to slow down, inviting the mind to settle. There is comfort in edges that feel unfinished. Edges that allow grass and soil to meet naturally, where plants spill over without being corrected. Standing here you can sense the intention behind the design. Not control, but care. Not perfection, but presence. As the driftwood warms under the sun, it reminds us that materials shaped by nature already know how to belong. And as we follow this border forward, the garden opens into a quieter shared space, where a small courtyard begins to reveal its calm center. Small courtyard ladder herb garden. Imagine a small courtyard where walls hold quiet echoes. A space once empty, now filled with green life rising gently upward. An old ladder leans comfortably against the stone. Its steps no longer meant for climbing, but for holding herbs close to the kitchen. Parsley, mint, thyme, and dill grow within reach, their scent drifting softly through the air. This garden does not spread wide. It grows tall, making use of height rather than ground, turning a forgotten tool into a living structure. The ladder carries marks of time, scratches and worn edges, now softened by leaves and light. It feels familiar, almost comforting. Standing here you sense how closely food and home once lived together, how gardens were shaped by daily needs, not decoration alone. The courtyard feels calmer with this presence, as if the walls themselves are breathing. listening to the quiet rhythm of growth. And as we step away from this vertical garden, the space opens outward, toward a wider backyard, where another transformation waits beneath open sky. Backyard grape pot homestay feature. Imagine a backyard where the heart of the space grows quietly from a simple pot. A grapevine rises slowly, reaching upward toward light and open air. The pot rests firmly on the ground, its surface warm and familiar. From it, vines begin their patient journey, wrapping gently around wooden supports, marking the passing of days. This is more than a plant. It is a symbol of homestay life, of shared meals, of slow afternoons beneath leaves that offer shade and fruit. Lavender and herbs gather nearby, softening the space, adding scent and color without asking for attention. The backyard feels balanced, open, and alive. There is comfort in watching something grow over time, in knowing that each season leaves its mark. The vine remembers the sun, the rain, the care given quietly. Standing here, you sense how gardens can become part of daily rhythm. Not decoration alone, but life itself woven into the yard. As we step away from this central feature, the space widens, leading us toward the stairs, where vertical movement introduces another gentle transition in the garden. Exterior stairway ivy accent. Imagine an outdoor stairway where each step feels softer than the last. Not because it has changed shape, but because nature has slowly made it its own. Ivy begins at the base, reaching upward, tracing the lines of stone and wood with quiet patience. Leaves spill gently over edges, turning movement into calm. These stairs do not rush you from one place to another. They invite you to notice the journey. The cool surface beneath your feet, the way light filters through green shadows. There is comfort in stairways like this. They connect levels of a home, but also moments of the day. Morning walks, evening returns. The ivy does not demand attention. It simply grows, reminding us that beauty often comes from allowing things to unfold naturally. Standing here, you feel guided rather than directed, supported rather than hurried, each step becoming a small pause. As we reach the top of the stairs, the garden changes again. Borders begin to form, and the ground itself starts to define space in a new way. Rustic border with branchwood and pot pie. Imagine a garden edge that feels as though it grew there on its own. Branches rest gently in the soil, not measured, not forced, just placed with care. Between the wood poppies rise, their petals thin and bright, moving easily with the wind. They soften the line between planted space and open ground. This border does not separate. It guides, allowing the garden to unfold naturally from one area to the next. The branchwood carries the marks of time. Rough surfaces, uneven shapes, each piece unique. Together they create a rhythm that feels calm and familiar. Walking beside this edge, your eyes follow the gentle curve. Your thoughts slow, The garden feels less designed, more lived in. Poppies bloom briefly, yet they leave a strong impression. A reminder that beauty does not need to last forever to be meaningful. As this border leads us forward, the space opens again, toward a sheltered area of the home, where the veranda waits quietly under shade. Veranda tabletop fairy water garden. Imagine sitting on a veranda where the smallest sound becomes meaningful. A bowl of water rests quietly on the table, reflecting light, holding stillness. Stones lie beneath the surface, smooth and familiar. Leaves float gently above, moving almost without effort. This small water garden does not demand attention. It offers calm, a place for the eyes to rest, for thoughts to slow. The veranda feels cooler here, as if the water carries the memory of shade and rain. A soft pause between inside and outside. There is something timeless about water in a garden. It connects us to mornings, to evenings, to moments shared in silence. The bowl holds more than plants and stones. It holds reflection, sky, light, and the quiet rhythm of life. Sitting beside it, you may notice how little is needed to feel complete. A table, a chair, a living surface that breathes with the day. As we rise from the veranda, the garden continues beyond. Edges soften, lines curve, and the ground itself begins to shape another gentle transition. Natural garden edging from old wood. Imagine a garden where the ground itself feels gently guided, not by sharp lines, but by old wood resting quietly in the soil. These wooden edges do not stand tall. They sit low, following the natural curves of the land, allowing grass and flowers to meet without conflict. The wood carries marks of time, softened corners, faded tones, now return to the earth where it feels at home. Lavender leans slightly over the edge. Small flowers spill outward. Nothing is held too tightly. Nothing is corrected. There is comfort in borders like this. They offer structure without control, direction without pressure. As you walk beside them, your steps feel slower, more aware, more present. The garden feels less like a design, and more like a conversation with nature. Old wood does not try to become new. It simply becomes useful again, grounded, honest, and calm. As this edge leads us forward, we arrive at the entrance of the home, where the portico begins to frame another quiet welcome. Portico rose welcome feature. Imagine approaching a home where the entrance feels like an embrace. Roses rise gently along wooden posts, their petals soft, their scent familiar. The portico becomes more than a doorway. It becomes a moment of arrival, a pause before stepping inside. Roses climb patiently following the grain of the wood. They do not hide the structure. They honor it, turning beams and posts into living frames. This entrance does not announce itself loudly. It welcomes quietly, inviting guests to slow down, to breathe, to notice. Standing beneath the flowers you feel sheltered, not only by wood and stone, but by the presence of something alive, something growing. The roses change with the seasons, sometimes full, sometimes resting, yet always present, always returning. Gardens like this remind us that first impressions can be gentle, that beauty does not need to be bold to be remembered. As we pass through the portico, the space opens again, toward a more practical area of the home, where even parking spaces can hold calm and creativity. Carport side pallet vegetable wall. Imagine a place beside the carport that once felt purely practical. Now it grows food. Wooden pallets lean gently against the wall, their structure simple, their purpose renewed. Between the slats vegetables rise, leaves wide and healthy, colors rich and honest. Tomatoes hang quietly, herbs grow within reach. The space feels useful without feeling crowded. This garden does not ask for prime location. It accepts what is available, turning overlooked areas into living surfaces. Standing here you feel a sense of balance, movement and stillness, work and rest, all sharing the same wall. There is something deeply grounding about growing food close to daily life. It reminds us where meals begin, and how care turns into nourishment. The pallet wall carries marks of use, scratches, faded tones, now softened by green growth and light. As this practical corner finds new meaning, the garden continues to narrow again, toward tiny cracks and hidden spaces, where even the smallest crevice can hold life. Wall crevice moss and stone mini garden. Imagine a wall that seems solid and still, yet life quietly finds its way through. Between stones small spaces open, just enough for moss to settle, for moisture to linger, for time to soften hard edges. This miniature garden does not announce itself. It waits to be noticed, inviting a closer look, a slower gaze. Moss spreads gently, turning cracks into places of rest. Its green deep and calm, like a forest floor remembered in stone. There is something deeply reassuring about this kind of growth. It does not need permission. It adapts. It belongs. Standing close you begin to notice how even the oldest walls breathe, how life returns again and again. No matter how small the opening, these crevices remind us that beauty does not require space, only patience and attention. As we step back from the wall, our eyes lift upward, toward structures that rise above the garden, where vines begin to stretch overhead, preparing us for the final transformation. Grape pergola with living green roof. Imagine standing beneath a roof made not of tiles, but of leaves. Above you grapevines stretch slowly, their branches resting gently on wooden beams, creating shade that moves with the sun. This pergola does not block the sky. It softens it, turning light into patterns, and warmth into calm. The air feels cooler here, carrying the scent of leaves and earth. A place where time seems to slow naturally. Beneath this living roof, conversations linger. Meals feel longer. Silence feels comfortable. The vines grow patiently, season after season, offering shade first, then fruit, then rest again. There is something deeply grounding about sitting beneath plants that are alive, that respond to weather, that change with time. This pergola becomes the heart of the garden, not because it is grand, but because it feels right. As we step out from under the leaves, the garden invites us one last time, toward a place of gathering and warmth, where fire meets earth, and the story gently comes to rest. Sunken fire pit garden with natural stone. Imagine a place in the garden where the day gently comes to rest. A circle of stone set slightly into the earth, holding warmth, holding stories. The fire pit does not rise above the garden. It settles within it, grounded, quiet, inviting. Stone surrounds the fire like an old memory, weathered, steady, unchanged by time. Plants grow close, softening the edges, blending warmth and green into one space. Here conversations last longer. Silence feels shared rather than empty. The fire flickers, casting light that moves slowly across faces and leaves. This is not a space for hurry. It is a space for gathering, for reflection, for togetherness. As the fire fades, the garden remains, carrying every moment that passed through it. And this is the quiet truth behind every idea we explored. When we work with nature, with patience, with what already exists, we do not just decorate a garden, we create a place where life feels complete. And that is the quiet magic of a countryside garden. When we stop chasing perfection and start listening to nature, beauty slowly finds its way back into our homes. If even one idea inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to Backyard Fortune, and share it with someone who loves peaceful garden spaces. Thank you for spending your time here, and I will see you in the next story.